You are now entering a world beyond our own dimension, where men are men. A world where men are the masters of their own destinies. A world where the laws of society no longer exist. This is the Society of Scoundrels.
Heyo!
What's up?
What's up?
Good morning.
How's it going, guys?
Good, man.
Good, dude. It's a wonderful Sunday morning.
Welcome, everybody.
And it will broadcast on Sunday morning.
Exactly. That's why I said Sunday morning.
Welcome to the Society of Scoundrels. I'm Brian. Got Steve and Josh with me.
What's up? Dude, I thought I'd start out with my dog, Sullivan, has a new best friend.
Oh, did you get another dog?
No.
Oh.
We call him Mater the Tater. He found a russet potato this afternoon, and he will not let it go. He's been walking around the house with his potato in his mouth, just like the proudest motherfucker in all the land. He's like, look what I got.
He hasn't eaten it?
Look what no, he just holds
That's
it in his
funny
mouth.
as
He's
shit,
like, look
man.
what I got. Look what I got.
Dogs are so silly, dude. I had yesterday afternoon to just kind of be at the house, and it was like raining, that cold fucking rain, and I was just kind of cleaning, and then I was watching football a little bit, and I was like sitting on the couch with all the dogs, and then our youngest dog, Hershey, clearly was letting me know he like had to piss, but he was like, dude, I'm not going out in the rain. And so he just stood at the back door and just barked and growled at the rain for like 30 minutes. I was like, dude, you got to come in. Like, you got to stop doing this shit. You're annoying me. So I finally like closed the gate that goes to the kitchen so he wouldn't go to the back door. I'm like, I mean, dude, hopefully he can hold your pee or poo or whatever, but I'm going to be really upset if you shit on my couch.
Oh, that'd be disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then you'd have to get a fifth couch.
Yeah, we discussed this. That'd probably be number 6, actually.
Yeah.
Correction.
So I did my little appearance on the Speakeasy Gentleman last night.
Yeah, how'd that go?
That was fun.
Did you get wasted?
I got way too drunk, yeah.
Yeah, so you're pretty hungover right now.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're drinking this coffee.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
Seattle's best.
Pussy.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
really get hungover. I'm like super fortunate in that
Oh, I
aspect.
get hungover.
I've been what I would say is hungover probably like half a dozen times in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah. And I drink a lot.
Yeah.
Jesus. I've probably been drinking since like 15, 16 years old.
Oh,
Binge
see,
drinking
man.
too. Like not like normal drinking, like a responsible adult. Like used to just I mean
can't
college,
do
dude,
that.
we would party so hard all the time.
Yeah.
And I'd just wake up and go to football practice and
Oh,
party again.
no
dude.
way, dude.
Yeah.
I would never be able to do that.
My head hurts talking about this.
Yeah. I
Although
get the
my
swimming
I've had
headache thing.
I've had a fucking headache for like 2 weeks now, like off and on.
Yeah, I saw your post, dude.
Yeah, man. I'm like, I still have a headache right now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the weather or a tumor. I don't know.
It's not the tumor.
It's not a tumor.
It might be, dude. I
Who's
don't
your
know.
daddy
and what does he do?
How's your diet going, dude? You been getting enough water? Like
Yeah, man. Like when was it? Friday. I had the day off and I had Pedialyte and still drank a lot of water, and hydration isn't the issue, I don't think.
are
I
you
don't
getting
know.
sick? I mean, we talked about you not feeling well like a week ago. I mean,
I think it's a sinus thing going on too. Like I'm still like stuffy
dude, you might
off
like,
and on.
you might be going through what I went through. I mean, I
Yeah.
told you, I did like 2.5 weeks of
Yeah.
antibiotics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna get that checked out?
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't have time for
We
that
got
shit.
Killer health insurance, dude. Go to an urgent care.
Yeah.
Right away.
Well, anyway, I was just gonna tell you guys that
Yeah,
we had a good time on the show.
Yeah.
It's very similar to ours
Yeah.
in just a Skype format instead of everybody in the room together. But
Yeah.
they had me as a guest on there, so I plugged our show and plugged their show on here
Yeah.
last show. But
Gay.
it's the Speakeasy Gentlemen. They're on
The West Coast.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, it was late for us when you text us. You were like, yeah, I'm about to start the show. We
Yeah, I
were
was
like,
like-
bro, it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I was
What the
like,
fuck?
dude, I'm in the fucking bed right now.
Yeah, I know.
When you texted us,
It was a
that.
little late, but and then I proceeded to drink like almost a whole bottle of Jameson.
I'd be so sick right now,
Yeah,
dude. I'd be vomiting.
I'm not feeling great.
Yeah,
That's all right. This coffee's helping. So what's this coffee
Yeah,
we're doing
speaking
today?
of the coffee, huh?
this is Seattle's best.
Seattle's best.
I think it's a dark roast.
Yeah, I
It
was
is a
going to say
dark
it had a
roast.
name. I can't remember what
Yeah.
the name was now.
Um,
It's good though.
yeah,
Yeah, for flavor, I give it a 7.
yeah,
2, I'd definitely keep this at my house.
yeah, for sure.
Drinkability's like, it is darker, so I'd say it's like a 4. Like you gotta
Yeah.
really enjoy like a
Yeah.
black coffee to go after this.
Yeah,
But on a scale of 1 to 10, I put it like an 8. Like I enjoy
it's a
this.
good coffee.
Yeah,
It
it is
is a
good.
It is a good
coffee.
coffee. I give it an 8 for the flavor, and yes, I'm keeping this 2. And drinkability is a 5 for me, and overall, it's an 8.
To be fair though, your drinkability is like I said when we started, you kind of cheated a little.
I did put a splash of creamer in, but I can do coffee with or without creamer.
Yeah.
Like I can do it black, I can do it with creamer, like a flavored creamer. Like I could do like a French vanilla or a caramel, or I could just do like half and half.
Yeah.
Like I like coffee. So, and a little funny story, like for a while, I was having issues with coffee. Like I'd sniff coffee.
Digestion?
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
would just be like, God, I gotta shit.
Yeah.
I gotta piss. Oh, I gotta piss again. And well, my wife just keeps buying like shitty coffee, like that old people drink.
Yeah. Chock full of nuts, dude.
Yeah. Maxwell House.
Yeah.
No, it's just like Folgers, I never really had an
Right.
issue with it in the past, but she bought like a big tub of it at Sam's Club. So now we have like 9 gallons of Folgers at the house.
Oh God.
And I was like, dude, I can't drink coffee anymore. So then I went to like green tea, and then our buddy Tim was like, dude, you got to drink better fucking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, you think so? You think that's just the issue? He's like, most definitely. So he turned me on to Seattle's best. And sure enough, I'm not in the bathroom.
Now you're a
as
coffee
much.
snob.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
well,
I'm a coffee snob now, dude.
No,
we
but-
normally get the Dunkin' Donuts one.
Yeah.
But even still, like, welcome to this part of the world, because like it is a lot different. Like now, I mean, I myself have grown up to drink coffee like in the past 5 or 6 years, and like
Yeah.
I get coffees from different parts of the world. I go when I was in Bali, I went to like this specific place where they make it's called Lua coffee, and it's this whole like exotic thing. Like they only make it in Bali, and it's because they have this specific mongoose, like family of mongoose. And what they do is they feed these guys coffee beans and then feed them like a very fruit heavy diet, and they shit out the beans, and then they cook those and then make coffee. And it is like the best fucking coffee I've ever had.
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
that
like,
sounds
it's
like
this
the
whole
other
different world.
coffee from wherever that the wild cats
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
that's exactly what it
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
Yeah. And they just like, but now they farm it and develop it that way.
I
So,
totally want cat shit coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
sounds
want some cat
crazy.
poop coffee.
Cat poop coffee.
That's what they should call it.
Cat poop coffee.
Yeah, it's the most expensive coffee in the world.
Yeah. What do you review your coffee as?
The coffee, I like darker roasts, so yeah, I give it like an 8. Flavor. Oh wait,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'd keep it in my house. Drinkability, probably 6 because it is darker and thicker.
Yeah.
But overall, I give it a 7.
Nice.
I
Strong
think
work,
that's
dude.
good.
See,
Yeah.
I told you we'd get that scale down and it wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah.
You guys were bitching about like, oh, I'm never gonna remember.
Yeah, no, we've done
we
enough.
got
of
it. We
them
got
now.
it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're pros.
Yeah.
Easy, dude.
Yeah, so I guess we should bring up some news. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
The news. I'm just start doing that every time.
The news, dude.
So I think that the very top of the news should be this bullshit with Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, yeah, he did another workout.
No, he missed it.
He missed the workout? He missed his
Yes.
own workout?
Yes.
What a loser.
I don't know what the problem is. I don't follow sports.
Apparently, he didn't attend the event organized for him, and instead, like an hour before, he decided to go do some other work out at a school.
Well, good. Have fun still being unemployed, dude.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand. And then they're like throwing words back and forth about each other, the NFL and Kaepernick, and I don't know. I'm like, why would you set this up?
Dude, it's like,
hey,
hey, Brian, I'm a company that you've been trying to get on with for years. We got this interview set up for you. Would you like to attend? And you're like, yeah, absolutely. And then you show up somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, like, I'll be there.
Yeah. And then you don't show up.
Exactly.
Well, guess what, dude? You're not getting hired.
Yeah, and then the NFL said, we are disappointed that Colin did not appear for his workout. I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It probably took a lot of...
probably money and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know
A
what's
lot of
involved in that.
tons
to
of
get
stuff,
that going.
logistics,
Yeah,
all
Jesus,
that.
dude.
25 teams were scheduled to attend.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
Like, what?
It's not even like the whole like, oh, he knelt during the flag for me. It's just like his character, and that's like prime example of who he is as a person right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you've been complaining this and that about trying to get back into the NFL, and then you just ghost the fucking NFL.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess he said that, I guess he wanted to include the media.
Oh, okay.
The NFL basically said that they hadn't heard anything about wanting to include the media until like later. And then they said that the waiver that Kaepernick's team proposed was insufficient after the league issued a standard one. So,
Oh, well, in that case, yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
like, none of that information changes the fact that you
No.
should have been there. Like,
Yeah.
you know what
Bro,
I mean?
you should have showed
Fuck 'em.
up.
Yeah.
Don't fucking bitch and complain like, oh, I can't get a job in the NFL.
Well, you're looking
then
for
don't fucking show
you're
up.
looking for a contract that's worth millions of dollars, and you can't be one place at one time.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
That's
What the fuck?
fucking pathetic.
Well,
Most people
also-
got to show up somewhere every day for 8 hours a day for 5 days a week
Yeah.
for the rest of their fucking life to make $27,000, dude.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
well, if you're trying to get somebody to
It's a
employ
pussy,
you,
dude.
you don't set the rules.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
Even if you are a quote unquote superstar, like you have to answer to somebody.
right.
Yeah.
You
You have a boss.
Right. That's just how the game is.
Yeah, we don't do everything on your terms, you know? Like,
Even the people like at the top who like own those teams still comply to a commission of other owners. Like they don't get to
Right.
do whatever they want.
And then those owners have like, I guess, a boss, which would be Goodell.
yeah.
I guess they would have to. I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know how
even
it works.
still, like they meet with like executives and like
Right.
other, like it's not
Yeah,
up
man.
to one guy. It's up to a group. It's
Yeah.
like the fucking government, dude.
Yeah.
Like even the president answers to the Senate, Congress, and House of
Right.
Representatives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or like-
and that's a big ass group of people.
Yeah.
Like,
Or like I'm a superstar on this podcast and I still got to answer to Brian. I'm in his house, man.
I'll allow it.
Jesus. I mean, stars got bosses, dude.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so I'm just sick of hearing about this guy.
Yeah, I am too. I don't feel sorry for him whatsoever. He's
No, I don't.
digging
either.
his own grave. That's
It's not like
ridiculous,
he's
dude.
starving to death. Like he's got
No,
all these
dude.
Nike endorsements
Yeah.
and all kinds of other stuff.
You'll be okay, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Goodness.
also, it is National Unfriend Day.
Unfriend day?
Yeah, so guys, check your Facebook.
Oh, I'm unfriending the fuck out of people.
I
didn't know that.
I'm just gonna turn my Instagram off.
Yeah. I guess
I unfriended everyone.
I guess
Yeah.
this was started by Jimmy Kimmel
No.
in 2010.
Is it to like clean up your Facebook?
Yeah, and I was reading that technically you can really only manage like 150 friends, supposedly.
Like per a statistic or like per parameter?
Statistically
set by
speaking,
Facebook?
like no.
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
most people can really only keep up with like 150 other people.
Jesus, that's way. I got 12.
Yeah.
I can maybe keep up with a dozen people.
Yeah. So It's time to just unfriend people today, I guess.
Fuck yeah, I'm really excited about today.
With this being,
And then if anyone gets upset, you got to be like, oh, dude, national unfriend. You haven't talked to me in a week, so fuck you.
Yeah, you're not my friend anymore.
I don't ever unfriend people. I just basically I mute their posts.
Yeah, I do that too.
I will, because I don't have Facebook, not to keep pitching that, but for Instagram, I won't even accept people.
Yeah, I do that too.
Even if I know you, and you send me a friend request, I'll just leave it in my inbox.
Yeah, I do that too.
I won't accept or reject it, because if I reject it, you can send me another request, and they're like, oh, they must have rejected me.
Yeah.
So I just leave it in my box, and it just says pending.
That's exactly what I do too.
Well,
I only will follow back people that that won't affect my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's certain people that are like, oh, I'm gonna follow Steven, and I'm like, I'm not following you back, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some weird things that
there's some people that we work with, and then I'm like, dude, I just don't.
That's exactly what I'm saying. No, this is not a good move on either of our parts.
Yeah, it's nothing against you, but one afternoon, if I post me taking a shit in a public place, and you're like, yo, that's my grandma's house, and then I lose my job, I'm going to be pretty upset over it.
Yeah. Go into your house, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just start deleting people.
Yep. Sounds like a plan, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I have something super exciting that was discovered in the nerd community recently.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
So, Carnegie Mellon University was the astronomy program was doing some research, and they have discovered an ultra fast star that is actually traveling at a trajectory faster than any of the stars in the Milky Way. And it's projected that this star, in a short amount of time, based on the known universe, will actually leave the known universe and not be affected by any other gravity that we know exists. Is how fast it's traveling.
Space is so fucking scary,
It
dude.
is, dude.
Is that not insane?
It's wild.
We know it's infinite,
Yeah.
but we still put a limit on it. And we know that this one star, so if anybody cares, it's called S5 HVS1, and it's traveling at 6 million kilometers per hour, which is such a great rate that it's not affected. So it's I think based on their measurements, it was effectively launched out of a black hole 500 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
And it's
God
traveling.
almighty.
It's traveling so fast that its trajectory is not being affected by anything as it passes it. So again, the universe is so big, we assume it's infinite, but we still put a limit on it.
Yeah.
And we can still say that this object is going to travel outside of the limits.
That's so scary, dude.
It's just mind blowing, dude.
That's
how
weird.
insignificant we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look at, it's definitely at least 2,000 exoplanets, or planets that exist outside the solar system that we know exist within other solar systems. And that's just in single sun solar systems. I think in a combined, there's double, triple, quadruple sun solar systems. And we know of 20,000 exoplanets. Jeez. And it's just crazy to think we know of our 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's freaky, dude. Space is scary.
Yeah, I don't understand
I know I've
any
said
of it.
that 3 times now, but I just wanted to say it's scary as fuck.
And there's aliens out
Yeah. Did you ever see that movie Interstellar?
No, I
course.
didn't see Interstellar.
Yeah, with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's
God.
it's freaky, dude.
Speaking of Anna Nalik's song "Breathe" that makes me cry. That movie makes me fucking cry, dude.
We weren't
when
speaking
he
about
leaves
it.
his daughter, and I'm
When he
like,
leaves
oh,
his
fuck.
daughter, and she's like, no, just leave. I hate you. And then he drives away, and she's running after the
She's
truck.
like, wait,
I'm
I
so
didn't
sorry,
mean
I
it.
love you. And then she doesn't see him for the next 40 fucking years.
When
dude.
really he thinks he's only been gone for a month.
I know.
Jesus.
Wouldn't that be
Time
so
is weird,
sad?
dude. They land on this. Not to give the movie away to anybody who's never
Yeah,
seen it, but
spoiler alert! It came out
Yeah.
7 years ago. Fucking
Yeah.
read a book.
I
dude.
haven't seen
Yeah.
it,
Go
guys.
to fucking school. Jesus. No, there's a part where they land on this planet. Right. Well, they leave the main. Right. I'm trying to remember. I saw it on a cruise, and I was kind of drunk when I
So
watched
it works like this.
Well, no, they detach from the main ship that they were on, and they go and land on another planet, and they leave one of the guys up on the main ship.
Right.
And him and I think it's Anne Hathaway.
Yeah. God,
They were like on. Yeah, I know. And they land on the planet, and they look in the distance. They're like, oh, it's a mountain, right? And they're like kind of on some water, right? I'm trying to remember correctly. And they're like, I can't remember what they were doing on the planet.
Yeah,
But anyways,
they're down there for a total of an hour.
Yeah, they're down there for an hour, right? So
no, that's the plan, is to be down there for an hour, and then they're down there for even less time than that.
Yeah,
because the mountain that Steve
comes
brought up
closer, dude.
What?
Yeah, the mountain keeps coming closer and closer, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, that's not a mountain, it's a fucking wave.
Oh my God.
Like the wave was so big and it was traveling like kind of slow, I guess.
It's
or
just
fast.
relative speed is relative to distance.
Yeah. So, but they're like, oh my God, we got to get the fuck off of here. This wave's going to kill us. So then they leave the planet and they get back on the ship, and the guy's like older and shit. He's like aged. They're like, dude, what the fuck?
It's like their 15 minutes on that one planet was like 30 years.
It was like
7 years.
7 years for that dude on the ship.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I hate this movie, but I need to see what happens.
And
it was very freaky.
I'm gonna have to check this out.
Well, as we continue the nerd corner, so time
nerd corner.
Right.
We could have that.
Yeah,
that should be part of this
from the Brozone layer.
Yeah, time is relative, right? So like it's measured just like speed is relative to distance, right?
Yeah.
A plane, you look at a plane and it's traveling 400 miles an hour. It's traveling at 400 miles an hour when you're standing next to it. When we're down here on the planet Earth, it's traveling like an inch an hour. You're like, what the fuck's taking so long? So.
Yeah.
Effectively, time is measured the same way. And the illustration from this movie is they're traveling near a black hole. And black holes are, per definition and what we understand from science, extremely dense. So like the density of the planet, or the density of the black hole affects the planets that are around it.
Right.
So when they're outside that relative density, time is traveling at a certain speed. And the closer you get to it, the slower time is moving because of the mass that is around you, ultimately. Whether or not it's on that specific planet or that it's hundreds of miles away from you within that black hole, it's all relative. So based on all of that, right, like you would, in the illustration is like the 15 minutes on this planet that is closer to the black hole is 7 years of time, even though the ship is so many other miles away.
Yeah.
So
isn't that freaky, dude?
Yeah,
dude. I remember,
and that's all theoretical too. By the way, that's not.
Yeah,
like,
it's not accurate.
It's not like, and it's not like
movie.
measured science, because the other thing is like, yes, we have looked at, which I mean, we do know we have sent probes and things like that into deep space, and or we've sent them to other planets and brought them back, and we do know that wear and tear is effective based on time, or based on space travel, and then that methodology of time measurement is relative to the size of the planet, right? Because how do we measure time? On a 24-hour clock, right? 24 hours stating that's 1 day, which is a singular rotation. So if the Earth is larger, we would have to find a different way to measure time, because time is now 30 hours a day. So it's,
Yeah, space is scary.
And imagine, like we just said, could you imagine living in a quadruple star solar system?
Yeah.
It'd be sun up all the fucking time, dude.
I can't fucking sleep.
I couldn't do that, dude. That's like Alaska, isn't it? Like Alaska.
Yeah, like
sees a lot
1 month out of the year is like all sun, and then like
all
1
sun,
month is all
yay.
nighttime.
I mean, like, oh God, both of those sound depressing.
Yeah, my wife spent some time in Alaska, and it wasn't a 24-hour cycle, but she was like
it was like what?
It would be
dark
like
for
10 o'clock at night, and it's still like it's light outside.
God, that would suck.
Yeah.
Well, I know, like where I'm from in Dayton, Ohio, like it gets darker here with us being on the coast.
Right.
Like it gets darker. It's not like a crazy amount of time difference, but like it gets darker earlier here than it does in Ohio.
Yeah.
But yeah, but anyways, back to the space stuff. I remember being like a kid, and and I was with my family, and we were hanging out at a family friend's house. It was like one of my dad's best friends from like the Air Force,
right?
And we were leaving their house, and it was nighttime, and we're like standing in their driveway talking, and my dad and my friend, they're both pilots. So
Right.
they look up in the sky and they see this like,
So they know that the Earth is flat, right?
yes.
As pilots,
Correct.
like they know for a fact. Yeah, dude, we just
Yep.
fly in a straight line.
It's
That's
flat.
how the planet
Yep.
works.
Mhm. True. We'll have to get them on sometime. But anyways, we look up in the sky and this star, what we think is a star, is like moving, like actually moving, like real slow. And like they look up and they're like, my dad's like, oh my God, Chris, that's like a fucking, I think that's a space shuttle. And he looks up and they're like, he's like, yeah. Like, oh my God. He's like, look, guys, it's one of the fucking space shuttles. And we like look up and we're like, whoa. And like, we trusted them, you know what I mean? Like
Right,
they're
right.
fucking, they know weird shit like that. And,
Right.
but it was just really cool because it didn't look like an airplane, but it wasn't a star because like all the other stars were like stuck, you know, like
Right.
they weren't moving, but
Right.
like there was just like this little like glow, like moving like across real slow. It was really
Wow.
cool. Yeah.
Well, I've got another news article.
Oh, you do? Let's hear
Yeah.
it. What you got?
So this British guy, he went to Africa and he swam in Lake Malawi, which is where my fish are from. African cichlids.
Is there a lot of fucking crocs in there? Jesus Christ.
No,
Don't
a
they have-
parasitic worm slithered up his penis.
Oh, God, dude.
Hookworm, dude. It's called hookworm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did it hook on his urethra?
It
They go in and
It
they have
laid
like
eggs?
they have like reverse facing barbs. So like
Yeah,
they-
I've seen them. I've seen pictures of them on
So,
like a, like in a parrot or like a real zoomed in
yeah.
microscope kind of thing.
Yeah, they get
Oh.
they're attracted to the warmth of your urine. So this guy probably peed, which like the warmth
Dude,
of their
I'm-
urine they found, and then his urethra was open from peeing. So like they slither in, and then they got those barbs, so they can't come
hook-
back.
It's like a really hard kidney stone. Dude, I'm holding my penis right now. That's got to be so
It
painful.
caused his immune system to attack his spine to the point he had to be hospitalized for 3 months.
Hell yeah!
And they told him he only had a 30% chance of recovery.
He's
Dude.
okay.
Speaking of aliens, that's what we need to worry about. It's not motherfuckers coming down from space. It's the motherfuckers coming up from the ocean.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
That
the
shit
ocean's
terrifies me.
Scary, yeah.
Dude.
Ocean, weird lakes from other countries and shit.
And like as a diver, oh, dude, that's my favorite part of scuba diving is that.
Worms swimming up your pee hole.
Yeah, dude, I'm into it. No, it's being down there, and it's like the literal terror that I feel within my body, knowing
can't
that
do it,
anything
dude.
can come up from the deep and murder me at any second. And on top of that, what's even more terrifying is like you think about how the world is scary around you
Yeah.
on a 360-degree single plane axis. Things only come from around you.
They don't come
In
from
the
underneath.
ocean,
Yeah.
they come from
Everywhere.
360-degree, like six-axle plane. So, like, I remember one time I was diving, and there was a school of paddlefish, right? And they're these huge. They're like algae feeders, right? They're these huge ass fish. Like the ones I saw were anywhere from 5.5 feet to 8 feet long, and they're huge, dude, and just scary because they're just way fucking bigger than you.
Yeah.
And like I look down and I see like 4 or 5 of them are swimming, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude, those things are big. And I was scared. Like they don't eat meat or people or whatever.
Right.
And I was still scared. And then the next thing I knew, like one came from right next to me, and then one swam under my legs, and then there was one over me, and I never saw them. And they just came out of the abyss, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
That's Josh
God.
coming in his pants knowing that he's about to die
That's
soon.
wild,
Dude,
man.
it's terrifying. I love it.
Well,
Oh.
this infection
can't
is
do
known
it.
as bilharzia, Bilharzia, and he had toilet and digestion problems, extreme acne caused by steroids, and had to use a catheter, crutches, and a wheelchair.
For 3 months?
Yeah, but apparently he made a recovery. But he didn't notice
he's all right.
anything at first, and then went home. Everything was fine. He started feeling fatigued, and he had all of a sudden he started having a loss of feeling in his legs. And then he went to the hospital, and he thought it was like some kind of neurological
Yeah.
What did it
disease or
end up
something.
being?
It was from the hookfish.
Well, no. Like what was this? What was going on?
It was that bilharzia.
Yeah, it's probably
it was
like
an infection.
Well, did they fix
bacterial.
his fucking leg?
Yeah, he made a full recovery.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
I thought you
bacterial.
meant after he made a full recovery, went home, and then that happened. I thought that's what you were.
No.
Yeah.
No, he just didn't. He didn't know
Okay.
anything happened at first.
Jesus.
It took a little while.
Oh, this was from the start of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now
God,
he's
that's
recovered,
scary,
so.
dude. Keep me on land, dude.
I thought that was a wild story.
That is a wild story.
I've heard of that. Like I've heard of things.
I've
like,
seen the pictures of them, and they look mean.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, dude, I don't want that in my dick hole. Fuck
Dude,
that.
anything that solely attacks your fucking penis is mean.
Yeah, it's not a nice living thing.
No.
Like that thing's like, oh, good, he's taking a piss. Let's swim up his dick hole. Everybody, quick! Quick, everybody! Let's fuck this guy up
It's
for
open.
the next
It's
3
open.
months. It's open. Get in his dick hole. Hurry.
Gross. Yeah. There's also one more article I have here. It's Google Maps got a tiny new feature that's going to improve its performance.
Is it Cialis to help with improvement or to help with performance improvement? Google Maps got Cialis?
I don't know.
It's erection medicine. You guys didn't get it? It's a dick joke.
Yeah, I got it.
I thought to see oh no, I'm thinking of Crestor. For you know what I mean? Crestor. I'm sorry, I don't have any of these
I
issues.
got confused because the last story was about a penis, and then you started talking about Cialis, and I'm like, wait, we're on
He
Google
was-
Maps now.
He was making a funny.
Yeah, I was trying to tie him. I was trying to tie him together.
And I was thinking of Crestor
right,
or
guess-
Lipitor.
right.
I guess there's
we're
some
so
kind of
stupid.
glitch with like 3D buildings disappearing and reappearing and all kinds of stuff. The main reason I got this pulled this article was because I was like, who the fuck uses Google Maps anymore? I use Waze.
Yeah, I use Waze as well.
I haven't had the Google Maps
Probably like, you know who
app
probably
in
uses
forever.
Google Maps is like our parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember we went.
No, they print out the MapQuest directions.
Yeah, yeah. Like I remember going to like soccer tournaments when I was a kid, and
Yeah.
like my parents be like, "All right, I gotta print up the fields real quick."
Yeah.
They get on the old computer and they print it off, and it was like
Right.
the papers. It was like directions, like take exit 36B,
And you'd
then-
have to like measure your odometer because like that's all it was
Yeah.
like drive for 3.6
My
miles
dad-
and you're
my
like 3.6
Yeah.
got it.
You're
We're
like,
gonna-
all
we're
right,
gonna
I'm
travel
marking
exactly
this
that far."
off. We went to this exit. All right,
Yeah.
now we got to look for this exit.
Dude, my
Like,
other thing
fuck
about
that.
back then was like with Google Maps is like, come on, dude, can we start on direction 6? Like I know how to get out of my fucking neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You know
Like
what
this
I
is
mean?
insane.
It's like back out of your
I know,
driveway
yeah.
and turn right. Like
Yeah.
yeah, no fucking shit, dude.
Like,
I live at a dead end.
I know how to get out of my hometown.
right.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know that part.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's just some little fix they've made for this
Right.
weird glitch.
Yeah.
But
Oh, Jesus.
yeah. Do you guys have any
Dude,
news?
speaking of, no, I don't have any more news, but
I don't have any news, but I got a story.
All right. Well, let's end this news segment.
All right. That was a long news segment. We covered a lot today.
Yeah.
we have to find like a smoother outro to ending the news as opposed to let's end this news segment.
I don't know. I fucking love it, dude. It's just like, see ya.
Yeah.
I guess
done.
that's true
Yeah,
because
I love it.
our intro is the news.
And now it's like, the news is over.
that's what it should
Yeah,
be.
I like it, dude.
That's the end.
That's the end. See you later. But
Yeah.
no, I got a funny story that I think the two of you might find interesting. So I got a hold of a buddy of mine that I haven't spoken to in like a couple months yesterday, and he's in the Air Force. I'm not going to mention any names, but I would eventually like to have him as like a guest. But he just recently got a divorce. And he's like out west. That's where he's stationed, like out west. I won't even mention where he's stationed, but he had to go home to get like back in Ohio to get divorced.
Mhm.
And I've known him and his ex-wife for a long time now, but they just got divorced, and I hadn't I think their divorce was like in September,
Right.
and I'm just now getting a hold of him. I'm a really shitty friend, and I was just checking on him, seeing how he was doing, and he's like, dude, I have so much to tell you, man. Like I'll call you in like 30 minutes when I'm done eating. I was like, cool, dude. So he calls me and he asks me how the wife's doing with the pregnancy. And I told him, and he's like, oh, that's cool, man. And I was like, what do you got to tell me, man? I was like, how was Ohio? Was like everything good? He's like, yeah, it was good, man. But he's like, I don't know where to like begin. He's like, should I just tell you the news and then explain it? Or should I explain it and then tell you the big news? I was like, bro, I'm impatient. Just tell me the big news. He
He's
goes,
dating your mom.
no.
Fuck. That would have been a good story.
Yeah. This one's it's even crazier than that. So then he goes, I was like, just tell me the big news, man. And he goes, dude, I'm getting married in 6 days. I was like,
What the fuck?
yeah, I was like silent on the phone. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, dude, I'm getting married in 6 days. I was like, bro, you just got divorced. And so he's like, yeah, dude. I'm like, God, the military's crazy, huh? You know? So he's like, yeah, dude. And he explained it and like the situation. And he was like, dude, like I met her like this, like I've known her for a little while now. I was like, okay, well, that's good. It wasn't like, hey, I met you at a bar and you met me and now we're getting married. Woo. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, all right, that's cool, man. But I think the funniest thing about it is like his ex-wife doesn't know. Like she doesn't know about this girl, so she's just gonna probably like look on social media or hear like, oh, he's married now. And I was like, that's awesome, dude.
Nice.
Yes.
Super quick.
Yeah. So and he was just like, yeah, like she went through like this really like the one he's marrying now was like in a like abusive relationship and shit. And I guess she has like 2 kids and she's also in the Air Force and like she's now getting stationed in Arizona and he's like gonna marry her and he's gonna try and go out to Arizona as well. And I'm like, all right, well, cool, man. Like he's like, I am certain about this. I'm like, all right, dude, I'm happy for you. You know, like I'm like, good luck. You know, I hope it works out for him. But it was funny because like his ex, so they went through like a little issue. Obviously, they're divorced, but she's seeing this one dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like she would like they would message each other like while they were married, like this other guy.
Right.
So now that they like kind of split up a little bit, like when he got, when he went into the military, she was like, oh, I'm gonna start talking to this guy now.
Right.
And they were already having issues before he went to basic, but when he went to basic, she like hooked up with the other guy, and now they're together. And he's just like he was really butthurt about that, which is understandable.
Right.
But now I think that he's like getting married. I think it's just really funny. And the fact that she doesn't know is awesome, I think.
That is great.
It's so funny to me. So I wish him the best. But I think that it's a crazy situation when he told me. I was literally shitting myself. Like I was on the toilet. I was on the toilet when he called me. I was like, oh my God.
I can't talk to somebody when I'm on the toilet.
I was shitting myself,
Yeah.
but if I had pants on,
If I had pants on, I would have shit my pants, dude. Thank God I was on the toilet when he told me the news.
I can't have a phone conversation when I'm in like.
Oh, I can, dude. Because like out of I don't tell the person I'm shitting, but like I'll just flush randomly and like on the phone, and they're like, "Wait, are you pooping?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
I've been the entire time.
This is
We've been on the phone for an hour.
It's my fucking throne, dude." What's funny?
My feet fell asleep.
It was funny because I was on the phone with him for like an hour and 6 minutes. I was on the toilet the whole time.
Oh my God.
My feet are actually purple.
Yeah. Everything fell asleep.
Yeah, not to bring up my personal business, but
that's the worst though when you get up off the toilet and you literally feel like you're paralyzed.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, my toes are fucking
the needles.
Dude. Yeah.
You guys want to open these beers?
Yeah, dude, I do.
Yeah, sure.
I've been waiting.
Yeah, dude. Steven, it should be fine now. It's
new, dude.
Yeah, I guess.
No, it's okay. You know, we're just here for reviews, dude. We're not trying to get shit faced on a Sunday afternoon. And by we, I mean you.
Yeah. So this is the Stone Brewery Tropic of Thunder Lager. Is that correct?
Correct. Stone. Did you say Stone Brew?
Stone Brewery.
Yeah. So we got the Tropic of Thunder. We got a lager today. Because I know Steve's tired of IPAs.
Yeah.
Although I'm gonna miss that gnarly grimace when he takes that sip.
Yeah.
He's like.
I don't hate all IPAs, but there's a lot that I'm just like.
It is an IPA is a lot though. It's like talking about this coffee thing.
Yeah.
Like if you drink beer and you you've only ever drank Coors Light. I'm not saying that's
Right.
you, but
Yeah,
like if
yeah,
you've
yeah.
only ever drank Coors Light when you partied as a high schooler,
Yeah.
and then you grow up and someone hands you like a hefty brew,
Right.
you're like, this
Yeah.
tastes like fuck.
See, 'cause, like-
and garden
Like me and my
grass.
friends, like when I like growing up, like we only had like craft beers,
Right.
like Bud Lights, and you know what I mean.
Right.
I don't know, man. Like I went to my in-laws last night. We were watching football, and it was raining. It was like cold, you know.
Yeah.
And dude, I was like drinking like Dos Equis. I was like, oh, this is so good.
Right.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Nothing like a nice
I like Dos
cold,
Equis.
nothing like a nice cold beer when it's like cold out, but you're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Like
Huddled
just,
up.
yeah,
Yeah,
like a
love
nice
it.
lager, like a
Yeah.
light lager, which is what this should be today, right?
Yeah.
So it is a tropical lager, 5.8% alcohol by volume, and our taste notes here are going to be citrus, pineapple, and coconut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
So here you go. Open her up.
I need mine. Oh, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I forgot this.
There it is.
Guy opened a beer and pissed in a cup. That's what that sound came from.
You know what? That sounds exactly like the intro, the Coke commercial when you're at the movie theater. And they pour it over ice.
Yeah.
So Coca-Cola, please sponsor us.
Yeah.
Coke. Coke.
Shout
All
out
right.
to Coca-Cola.
Give it a taste.
Let's take a sip of this.
That's good, dude. I love that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Found
That's a
one in
good beer.
Steve's wheelhouse, dude.
Yeah, I love it.
We looking at a hard 9 today on the
that's.
on the overall
I
scale.
am not that generous. I don't think I've ever given a beer a hard 9 yet.
No, yeah, I don't think.
I don't think we've given it a perfect score.
I don't think I've ever given a beer a bad rating yet.
Yeah,
I think.
What do you think? What do you think? And then I'll go. That's
Let me
good.
take one more sip.
Yeah, get another sip.
I think that is good. I
Yeah, I'll
like
take
that.
one more sip.
I like that.
I think it's good. I like it.
The citrus. The citrus is the strongest. You got the.
You could definitely taste the
I
citrus.
taste the most citrus up front.
It's more bitter than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it, dude.
So this is
I don't give a fuck, dude. This is good.
flavor. I'm gonna give this a 6. I'm gonna give it a 1. I don't think I'd keep this in my fridge.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
All right. That's your
fine, Steve.
opinion, dude.
Yeah.
I think my
respect
taste
it.
might be a little off after that
Yeah, you're-
coffee too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've a little bit.
Also, you're hungover.
Yeah,
Yeah. All good.
Right? You're still burping up Jameson from last night.
Yeah.
that does
He's still farting out the JMO.
that does affect it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I you know what? I probably would keep this in my fridge normally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
There
Okay.
you go.
Drinkability. Well, it's not very drinkable for me this morning, but I would give it also probably a 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then overall I'd give it a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm I think I'm right there. Like flavor 7. 1, I wouldn't keep it in my fridge. I like it a lot. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but I'm not going to keep this in my house.
Yeah.
I would purchase it for a party though.
Yeah.
But so that
Like this party.
yeah, that's definitely a 1. Drinkability, I'd say 7. I mean, it is a lager, but it's not a canoe. You know what I mean? It's not fucking that close to water. And overall, I give it a 7, hard 7. 7. No, I give it a 7.6.
Can we do that?
That's our
Fucking
scale.
did today,
I just
dude.
did.
It's ours.
Yeah.
I'm giving this flavor. That's an 8.
Yeah,
I think that's an 8, dude. Man, Brian doesn't like it, no?
No.
Oh.
It's just the fact that I was hungover and I'm
Oh,
drinking
all
it.
right. Well, I give it an 8.
It might be helping though.
yeah. Oh, it always does, dude.
8.
You can't be hungover if you're still drunk. That's just science, dude.
Yeah.
I'm the nerdy guy. That's my science for the day. You can't be hungover if
I
you're
was
still
listening
drunk.
that when you're hungover, you're actually your body's having withdrawals from alcohol.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Your withdrawals and you're dehydrated.
Yeah, so you need to put more alcohol in to feel better.
Right. Or suffer through the
Yeah.
withdrawals.
Jesus.
So
yeah, no,
just-
that's a thing. I
just-
heard
well,
that.
and that is
It was on the internet.
as much fun as I'm joking about. Like you can't have a hangover if you're still drunk. Like, that's the problem with being an alcoholic, right? So, like, you're never hungover because you're constantly drunk. And then all of those hangovers are racking up. So when you go through alcohol withdrawal, it's all of that negative fucking just your body is depleted all at once. That's why people fucking die from withdrawals.
Yeah.
God. Anyways, back to your rating before we got super negative.
8.
So drink this.
8 is a flavor, flavors. I give it an 8. Would I keep this? No.
Yeah.
It's a 1. I would like you, but I would drink this if you offered it to me.
Right.
Hence what I'm doing right now. Drinkability, I also think it's an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I'm scoring it an 8.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, dude, you got those citrus notes. It is very drinkable. You know what I mean? It's not like we were talking about with the IPAs. They get like frothy and heavy after a little bit.
Well, I think because I didn't give it 9s is because of the citrus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that stopped me from giving it a full-blown 9.
Right.
With my flavor and the drinkability and the overall of what I like about it.
We should, and I was thinking about this too. I think the next one we go to is like we're not going to limit this just to like craft beers. Like I want to talk about the commercial, like the Anheuser-Busch, because I have my brother-in-law. He's like a master brewer or whatever, and he opened a brewery down in Australia. But like he wanted to, like, he would always talk strongly. Like we'd grab some Coors Lights to drink for the night or whatever, and he's like, you know what, dude, like. This isn't the most flavor of a beer, but there's something to be said that if I buy a case of Coors Light in Florida, it tastes exactly the same as a case of Coors Light in Washington.
Right.
That's true.
Like there's something very strong to be said about that.
Yeah.
So,
I don't usually turn down a beer, so it's Coors Light, Miller Light, Bud Light. I don't care.
I love Budweiser. Budweiser's good. I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just regular old Bud, huh?
Yeah, dude.
my favorite thing to drink is alcohol. So
Josh likes it all.
Just like all of it,
Yeah.
like liquor, wine, beer.
I can't do wine. I don't have a palate for it.
How about Bush Light?
Bush Light, yeah.
the Bush,
Or
dude.
the Bush Latte?
Yeah.
Milwaukee's
Milwaukee's
beast,
best.
bro.
Yeah. Dude, I remember my first ever Milwaukee's Best. I'm at a buddy of mine's house, and we would always go kind of drink in one of the like warehouses that he had. Now my buddy, he was loaded. They had like a helicopter in the warehouse and all this shit. Yeah, it was really cool. We would drink in front of the helicopter and just bro out. But we got Milwaukee's Best. And dude, my buddy Matt, he starts drinking it. And this is very young, being young, drinking beer and shit. And he cracks it open and he goes, Milwaukee's Best, huh? Milwaukee, I guess, doesn't have much to offer. Because, you know, like you don't have, like when you're that young, you're like, drinking's cool. But you're like, you sip it and you're like, oh my God, it sucks.
This is,
But you know
this
what I
is
mean?
their best.
Yeah, this is the best they have, huh? Milwaukee's Best. Jesus. But
have you seen that PBR's got a 99 can pack now?
Yeah, dude, the
the
family
really
pack.
long fucking.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's taking that home?
You like carry it home with your buddy,
Yeah, I
like,
will.
like
I'll
you're
take
carrying
that
a
home.
table or something?
Yeah.
One person like on their shoulder, like taller guy at each end and like a short guy in the middle, like reaching up, pretending to hold it.
That's funny.
I have so my story for the day is at work.
Right.
We were not working hard. And
All right.
we were playing this video game.
Yeah.
And it's called Outlast.
Okay.
And it's this like psychological horror.
Oh, I've played that.
So yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I have
my
heard of it.
God.
Yeah.
We played, so it's like 5 of us in a room in the middle of the night, all the lights out, surround sound on, loud as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm playing because
Yeah.
like one guy had played before, and then everyone else was like so anxious, like the way we were going through it, that like they didn't want to hold the controller.
Yeah.
And dude, it was fucking terrifying, man. Like I'd be going into a place. I remember there's this one time where like I had just learned that you can run, like you can get hit by a bad guy and run away. So you're like this investigative reporter and you go into this insane asylum to like figure out what's going on.
It's
And
scary.
You get there and there's like this fucking all these like dead bodies everywhere and just this crazy shit's going on. You're like, oh fuck, and like you start like investigating because you're a fucking idiot apparently.
Yeah.
And you just have your video camera, no weapons in the game.
Idiot.
The-
What a moron.
The entire time. So like you're just
Stupid
recording
character.
using the night vision, like, and you can't like protect yourself at all. So like I go to this one part and like I'm doing these objectives and like there's this fucking dude and he's like, what are you doing in my swamp? Like all Shrek style and shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And he hits me and I just start running. And like, they're all like, dude, hide. You got to hide. And I was like, I don't know where to hide. I don't know how to play this game. And then like we found this bed and we hid under the bed and we were like, oh shit. Okay. And like the guy's like breathing really hard. He's like, and we're all like, dude, shut up. We're like telling the TV to stop breathing so hard. And like the guy's walking by us under the bed and we're like, oh fuck. Okay. We're cool. And the night vision on the camera, like it lasts per the battery.
Oh god.
So like I got to turn the night vision off for a second. I'm like, all right, cool. He's walking by. We're going to be fine. And then there's this like pickup in the controller, like it vibrates. So like I panic and I hit the night vision and the dude grabs you from under the bed and pulls you out. And we're all just screaming like, I just start running again and take off. And like we eventually hide from the guy again. We go through the whole game and it's like this. We went through this game and I think I beat it in 3 hours. And it was just 3 hours of this consistently.
Terror.
So much so, like there's this one point where I'm hiding in a locker and like we're getting away from a guy and like he's dragging chains or whatever because he's a psych patient. And the chains get further and further away. And I'm like, all right, dude, you guys remember how to get out? It's like a right out of this room. And then I go down the hall and make another right. And they're like, no, right and then left. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's right. I got it. And our buddy Robbie's like, I was like, do you guys think we're good? You think he's far enough away? And Robbie's like, oh, hell yeah, dude. Just fucking go for it. I open the door and the guy's right there. And I literally like push off of the floor so hard, I almost tipped the entire couch over because I'm so scared, dude. And so like we go through all of that. And then the worst one that got me was like we're playing and same sort of situation. Like I can't remember exactly what happened. Like I opened a door or something. But the game scared me. So like I open the door or whatever and I see the guy and he's like right in my face. The surround sound gets loud. The controller vibrates and I'm like, oh, fuck. And then our buddy Mike is behind me and it scares him. So he yells. So I'm scared from the game and then I get scared from behind. So I literally just, I just scream out loud.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was so much fun, dude,
Yeah.
but terrifying. It was good.
Was this the new one?
No, so
Okay.
we played this one. We were going to try to do them back to back, but like 3 hours of a video
Oh,
game
yeah,
was just
okay.
like, too much for me.
So I played that one.
Yeah.
I haven't played the new one.
Dude, I would recommend it. Like if you're at home alone
I didn't
and
finish
you have
it.
nothing to do, play
Yeah.
Outlast. I went through it decently quick. I think you could probably run through it in like 2.5 hours, but like again, I have this gamer background, so we were able to solve puzzles pretty quick and like find clues and like get through it really fast. But
That's funny.
on average, I would say it's like first time playing is probably like a 3.5 hour, 4 hour game.
Yeah.
We got through it in 3, and then if you just got balls of steel, you could probably run through it in 2.5. Because part of it was like, oh man, there's a guy at the end of the hallway. I don't want to go down the hallway. So like you go around the room and it's like, I have to go down the hallway. It's the only way to go. I don't want to go. And you're like, you go up and like there's a guy in a wheelchair and you're like, oh fuck. And then you just walk by him like nothing happens.
That's so funny, dude.
Well, how about this? We didn't discuss before the show, but this is for Josh. How about we just do a fun top 5 here? Top 5 video games of all time.
Oh, dude. All right. Easy. Mortal Kombat's number 1.
Okay.
Right. That was the easy one. The rest of them are going to be hard. So I think it's like all of our top 5s, right? Like a lot of it's got to come from nostalgia,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to say, per our last episode, Call of Duty Black Ops is up there because it got me into competitive gaming. Like I said, Mortal Kombat is my favorite. I think Sonic the Hedgehog is like really like changed the world of side-scrolling video games.
Yeah.
Just especially like in the advancements of, I don't know if you guys remember, but you could do the Knuckles jump pack, and you could play Sonic 2 through 4 with Knuckles. So like that was pretty innovative for Sega Genesis to come up with something like that. I would have to also say like another fighting game that I would put up there is Dead or Alive. I don't know if you guys know that one, but it's a fighting game, and I started playing it right around the time of puberty.
Nice.
And it was, those girls had some bouncy titties in that game, dude. It was pretty awesome. And then more modern games, I would have to go Dead Space is one of my favorites, and then BioShock. I think as a whole story, BioShock was pretty amazing.
I never played BioShock, but Dead Space is good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Dead Space. But it's another one of those games, kind of like a Outlast sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
Where,
but at least you have a fucking gun. Like that was the scariest
yeah.
part about Outlast. Is like,
Yeah.
oh, if this guy jumps out at you, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Fucking nothing. You better find a vent to hide in, bro.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Dead Space is the similar
Yeah,
thing where
very
stuff
much
just
so.
jumps out at you and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You're
that-
spraying bullets all over
Yeah.
the inside of the ship. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
and that's why I put it up there too. So
Yeah.
yeah, those would be my favorite.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
What are yours?
Well, obviously, any of the Super Mario Brothers stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's going to be on my list.
And Sonic. The Sonic stuff and the Super Mario Brothers
Yeah.
stuff are both really good stuff. But I think that would be in probably almost anybody's top 5 if you're
Right.
talking about your favorite games ever.
absolutely.
Uncharted.
Uncharted's good. That's really good.
I love the Uncharted games. I love the Far Cry games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those are good.
I'm gonna have to go back. Like I'm gonna take Dead or Alive off the list because like that's probably not the greatest reason to have it on there, but like
Okay.
it did mean something to me. But and that topic is Tomb Raider.
I never played
Tomb Raider was cool.
Tomb Raider was great. I played it all the way through PlayStation to PlayStation 3. Like I think it's a phenomenal series.
Yeah.
I really like that. And I think it's along paired with Resident Evil. Fuck no, that's my other favorite game. I gotta go back.
Dude,
gotta
I'm
over.
like him. I think I may have more than 5.
Yeah,
but-
dude, I got way more than 5, but it's definitely got to be. So, all right, I'm sorry to step all over your feet, Brian, but yeah, it's Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil because I literally have tattoo sleeves, like leg sleeves, drawn up of those 2 video games.
Yeah.
Is like I want to get my legs done with Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil, and then Tomb Raider, Dead Space, and Call of Duty Black Ops.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what did I say? I guess I
Super
would.
Mario, Sonic,
Yeah.
Uncharted.
Uncharted. The newest Grand Theft Auto.
5.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the last one they did in Los Angeles, but they didn't call it Los Angeles. What was
Right.
it? Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, it's Grand Theft Auto 5, which
Yeah.
is, and as like a PC gamer too, there are so many add-ons to it.
Yeah.
Like it's way more than just that game. Like if you ever get into like PC gaming, like so much so is you can accept these missions where like you're a police officer and like you lose money and points if you like hit or like bump into other vehicles and pedestrians, and like your missions are to like pull over people who are speeding and shit like that.
Right.
It's a completely different game within a game, which is
Yeah.
really cool.
Right.
For like like an open world
Right.
platform.
Yeah.
I also I really have like 2 more, but one of them's more like a franchise. It's not a specific game, but any of the Madden games,
Yeah.
Madden
That's
football,
good.
yeah. But also another by Rockstar, which is the Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are
that's
awesome.
great.
Those
That's
look
great.
awesome.
Yeah, those are good games.
Yeah. You got to go soon, Josh?
Oh, we can
okay.
finish this.
What you got?
Dude, I may have more than 5. Like I know I said I'm not.
I know
like
it's hard to
I'm
just
not,
pick
yeah,
5.
like I'm not like a big video game player. Like I'm a guy that plays casually just to pass time, but like video games for me, and I'm assuming most people, like for you, like it's more of like memories for me.
Right.
You know, like my first video game like console was like Nintendo 64, and it was like all the Mario stuff.
Mhm.
Right.
Like Super Smash Brothers. But I got really big into Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie.
Wow. I forgot about that.
Like I
That's
love
a
those
lot of
games.
fun.
Those were fun games for me. Those were like my first. Yeah. You know, like I love those games. And like those were fun for me.
Yeah.
You know? And
Oh shit! I want to get that for my 64
yeah,
now.
dude, it's fun. They were fun games. So I put those two into like one of my top five.
Same series.
Yeah, like and God, there's just so many of them. Like I have more like category top fives, like for like Nintendo 64,
Right.
like that. GoldenEye was fun as fuck for me. Then I got like the sports games. Like I love Madden, but I really love like the NCAA football games. Like before they got rid of them.
I liked those better
those
than Madden.
those were better than Madden in my
Dude,
eyes.
I remember too when I was in college, you could still download rosters for like not D1 D1A teams, and we downloaded our roster for my college, and I was like the #1 center, and I had like 90 everything.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
dude, it was awesome.
That's
I don't know who
crazy.
uploaded the list, but they had a hard on for me, dude.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
it was really cool.
So you're a video game, dude. You're
Yeah,
in a video game. Whoa, it's crazy.
Did it look like you?
No, not at all.
No.
Oh.
It doesn't even have their like name. It never
Yeah,
had
no,
No,
names.
but I remember the whole idea of the
right.
reason they shut the whole thing down
It's
was
because they were making
they
the
were making the
players.
players look like the players,
Right.
but not using their names.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Like I remember like that was when like Ohio State had like Troy Smith and
Yeah.
everything, and they was like QB number 10, like on his jersey.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all those, obviously, I'm a big FIFA fan.
Yeah. Nate and I were playing FIFA the other night.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
I'm still better than him.
we were Portugal and we lost the World Cup.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Losers.
Nerds.
So we had Ronaldo, dude, and we still
yeah.
lost.
But no, I liked the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 and 2 with Captain Price.
Yeah.
I that's another thing with me too. Like I really love characters, and I just always thought he was cool.
Which I think is like another like a whole other topic about video games. Like I
Like
almost
characters, yeah.
Well, I almost wanted to do like once upon a time ago. I wanted to do like a podcast series of like where we get drunk and talk about video games.
Yeah, we can
just
still
because
do that.
it's not like one gameplay is fun,
Yeah.
right? So there's the gameplay dynamic of it. There's the puzzle solving aspect of
Yeah.
it. There's the storytelling of it, and then
Yeah.
there's the graphic of it.
Right.
Like there's so much that you can talk about in
Yeah.
a video game that's just like this Outlast game. It was fun for 4 other people, and they weren't even playing. We were all
Right.
just watching it and like
Yeah.
trying to solve these puzzles
You're
together.
like, oh,
right.
Yeah.
So like
for sure.
I think there's just so much to be
Yeah,
said
there's
about
so
video
many
games.
different aspects when you look at video games for
Right.
sure. But I don't know. So I have like Banjo Kazooie and Tooie,
Yeah.
Madden,
FIFA. But I think my number one, and I don't have any of those in any particular order.
Right.
Right.
But I think all time favorite for me was Halo.
Yeah, Halo's definitely up there.
That's why I stick with Xbox.
Halo
Especially-
was a great game.
and even for like the shaping of like we're talking about like as first person shooters, you know what I mean? You go from
right.
something like GoldenEye, right,
Yeah.
which was great and it was a
Yeah.
lot of fun for what it was, and then you're talking like 5-6 years later they developed Halo and you were like,
Right.
dude,
Whoa,
what?
this is
like
nuts.
real life. It was
Yeah.
nothing like real life,
Right.
but you're like, dude, this is like real
Well,
life.
like-
This is
like
what it's like to shoot a gun.
Yeah,
Right.
like the
Yeah.
graphics of it though were really
Yeah.
cool. Like it was very aesthetically pleasing.
Just and
like
the,
being in space and landing on the different ring, like the Halo rings and shit.
well, and the
it's cool,
dynamic,
man.
the dynamic movement of it too.
Yeah.
Like that's something we talked about. I don't
Yeah.
know if you remember, like, or like if our listeners remember, you know, when you played GoldenEye,
it would zoom back.
the gun, the gun
Yeah,
would
it was
always
hard.
center on the screen.
Yeah.
Or if you go back to like Resident Evil, it was a turret style shooter where you couldn't move and shoot at the same time. So like you'd run to one side of the room and shoot,
Yeah,
and run
you
over
gotta
to the other
run.
side of the room and then shoot.
Yeah.
Or it's like so when you got to Halo
And
and
you
it
could
was like you
Shoot
could
and run.
you,
Oh,
yeah, you could
God, it was so
run
cool.
and like just slightly aim upwards, and if you jumped a corner, headshot every time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It changed
Yeah.
changed the game.
Which
dude.
I also put Doom. Doom
Doom's
was the
great.
very first first-person shooter, was it?
Duke Nukem, I think, was.
Oh,
before
was it?
Doom.
Okay, maybe I was wrong.
But no.
But Doom was
same
one
style.
of the. It was one of the first-person shooters.
Yeah, Duke
and it was
Nukem on the computer was
Doom.
so,
like I put Doom and Halo and kind of almost the same thing.
Yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not very good. Like I enjoy Call of Duty because Call of Duty you got to shoot, find cover and shit. Whereas like Halo and Doom, you just run out in like a field and you're fucking shooting. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's how I shoot. You know what I mean?
Did you guys
like,
play the new Doom that came out?
No, I haven't.
Did it
That was
come
pretty
out?
cool. Yeah.
The very newest one
Yeah.
that came out this year?
No, I don't think it was this year. I
Yeah,
think it was
there's a
like,
newest Doom that's coming out.
It was like,
The most recent
Like,
one that
yeah.
was like in 2016.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I played.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Most recently. But it was fun, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Halo, I just always loved. I don't like that. Was it 343 that originally had them or Bungie? One of the companies took over the other and made Halo 4 and Halo 5 Guardians, which I didn't enjoy those as well. But I was always such a fan of like Master Chief. I was like, I gotta play this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yeah, dude, and it's risky. Like
yeah.
I think it was 3 when they started branching out, and like you were part of like a tactical squad and stuff like that. It's really
Yeah.
risky when you do that in video
Yeah.
games, especially because you fall in love with main characters, right?
I still really enjoyed Halo 3.
Yeah.
And Halo 4 and 5, I did.
Yeah.
They did change the graphics up a little bit, which I didn't like. But I was like, dude, I'm still Master Chief.
Right,
whatever.
and that's that's what I was
cool.
gonna say. Is like it's still fun, but
Yeah.
like it's not the same.
Yeah.
And again, it's a risky move, but I'm sure like you get back to that. You know your demographic, you know your
Right.
audience.
Yeah.
Because like even Resident Evil, like they did Resident Evil Raccoon City, and
Yeah.
that was Operation Raccoon City, and
Right.
it was really cool because you controlled a team of 5 people,
Right.
and you had to like go through and clean up all this
Yeah.
evidence for the
Right.
Umbrella Corporation. But that's not.
That's not.
You know what I mean? That's
right.
not Resident
Yeah,
Evil. That's like
exactly.
fucking Rainbow Six. And you're
Yeah.
like, I get it. It's fun, but this
Yeah.
isn't the game I want.
Right. Yeah.
To
like
continue.
Halo
I don't
1
want it to
and
continue.
2, I was like a child.
Yeah.
When those came out, I'm like, this is so awesome, dude. Like when you're in the campaign mode of Halo 2 and he's got the spiky bomb on the ship and he like
Yeah.
releases out in like the big like spaceship war and he like detonates it and he like
Yeah.
flies off. I'm like, he's so cool, man. I was like, that's when I really, really loved Halo. I was like, dude, he like the character. I
Yeah.
love Master Chief, man. He was so cool.
That's
Still
cool,
is
man.
cool.
I don't think I ever really played a campaign mode on Halo.
What?
No.
Oh, it's such a good story.
We should
But
get
see, I've
after
always
it.
had PlayStations.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've played the multiplayer.
Right, yeah. The multiplayer's fun, obviously. Like it's Halo and you got the plasma grenades when you throw it on someone, it's on
Yeah,
their
they're
face
sticky.
and it sticks to them. They're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But like, dude, like I love the story of it, like where he has Cortana as his like AI, like his artificial intelligence like assistant.
Yeah.
And is also fun, like as we've grown up, that Cortana is a part of Windows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's going to be a generation that has no idea that it came from a video game.
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that
me.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Didn't
that's
know
just
that.
what, it's cool stuff, dude. Like, and then in Halo 4, when she like kind of dies and like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is so sad. I might have cried.
You cried?
Yeah. When I was playing, I was like, oh my God, she's dead. And then he
Oh my
comes
God.
back to like Earth or whatever and gets his suit taken off. You're like, oh my God, are we going to see his face? And then they like don't. I'm like, what the fuck? I want to know what he looks like.
Right.
And then I was reading or I saw a video on YouTube. They're like, well, we didn't show his face because we kind of want you as the player to imagine that you're Master Chief. And
Right.
I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, I guess. But then Halo 5 came out and that's when he's like with his team.
Mhm.
And I'm like, all right, this is okay. But I still like the original better. I still played Halo 5 Guardians, but I was really, really a fan of what Halo originally came to and
Right.
what made it so big in the first place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Think it's that time to
that's
wrap
it,
it up?
man.
I think it's that time, dude.
Anybody that's listening, you can find us on societyofscoundrels.com. You can find us on Instagram at Society of Scoundrels Pod, Facebook, We're at the Society of Scoundrels. And you can also find us on YouTube now. We have our own YouTube channel, the Society of Scoundrels. So give us a listen, like, subscribe. We're on Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can find podcasts. We'll talk to you guys later.
I love you.